after coming back to San Antonio, Texas from a 2-win road trip. Alamo City hosts their division rival in the South, the winless Mexico City Aztecs. Hello everybody, welcome to NordVPN Stadium in San Antonio, Texas. I am Ethan Muslin alongside my partner Marcus Dunhill. Mark, Alamo City coming into this game 6-0. All of their wins coming from 2 scores or less. Mexico City has just not been able to get off the schneid lately, having one of their worst starts in franchise history. They've had a really tough go. Last week against Fort Worth, they lost by 17. A few weeks prior to that, they lost by 34 to Vancouver. What does Mexico City need to do to right the ship and get into the win column tonight?
I think they really have to kind of figure out the passing game. I think the turnover battle, they rely heavily on the run. I think that's their best way to get back into this game is to focus on working out the kinks of the passing game.
I think you're absolutely right on that one, because they're not bad in passing. They've averaged a little over 200 yards per game. Not that far behind Alamo City. They're at 234. So if they can maybe convert that into touchdowns, that's been the real thing. Mexico City's only had 5 passing touchdowns compared to 6 on the ground. They're in the bottom portion of the league in both of those categories. And they're going to really need to step things up here, as they are going to take the knee for the touchback. Mexico City will start from their own 20-yard line. We'll start with Jordan Sipe under center to start this first drive of the game for the Aztecs. So far, 97 of 178. 8th most attempts in the league, but only converting that into about 1,200 yards. We'll start with 2 receivers right. Sipe with the blitz, gets away in time. One-handed grab from Bill Henry, the tight end. What a great extension of that catch to get the first down.
You love to see those one-handed grabs right past the first down marker, and just enough to make sure that it stays out of the hands of Alamo City. Sipe last week only had 11 attempts. They really kept the ball on the ground last week, and I want to see them spread out the offense and get the ball thrown around the field today.
That's going to be the one way to do it. Get that first pass. That one's for 12. A little bit of pressure here as Sipe gets the pass broken up on that play. Terrell Cooper was the intended receiver. Let's introduce the rest of this Mexico City offense. Jordan Sipes, the quarterback. Hall of Famer Ray Bentley, the running back. Buford Van Dam, the fullback. Wide receivers, Jason Bartley, Nick Lockett, and Terrell Cooper. Bill Henry and Devontae Richardson are your tight ends. On the line, Week 4 signing Trey Hyman. Sedomina Osiluto at tackle, and Talatonai Supremo at guard. And there's another catch to Richardson for another first down.
I like what Mexico City's doing, waiting at the first down marker, not trying to do anything crazy, just going for small chunks of yards to move down the field and get some rhythm going in the offense.
And great job from Sipe. So far 2 for 3 on this drive. So far 21 yards of passing. Up to the 43 in their own territory. 1st and 10. Twins to the right. Sipe with the throw up the middle. In coverage, and it's caught by Henry, who drags it down to the 25-yard line.
You can't really ask for a better play. That was triple coverage that Sipe threw into. I want to get a better look. Let's see if we can get a replay on that.
Yeah, here it is. Got thrown into coverage, got just away from it. And you saw that you just got in front of the defender and got a hold of it.
So direct coverage was double coverage, but there was also 2 other Alamo City defenders directly in the area.
Now putting it into Alamo City territory. 1st and 10 from the 34. Sipe with the handoff. It's going to be to Ray Bentley, who's not going to get much on that. Jay Mart with the tackle. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 9.
Bentley last week was the workhorse for Mexico City. 34 runs on the ground in comparison to Sipe's 11 passes through the air.
They'll have twins to the left for 2nd and 9. Sipe on the quick step, throws it. Another diving one-handed grab, just enough for the first. And again to Terrell Cooper, making the first catch of the day, and now they are threatening. They're inside the red zone.
That was a little bit of a dangerous pass. I thought Alamo City had a chance to get on that ball. But Mexico City and Sipe did a good job keeping that ball away from Alamo City.
Catch there for Cooper, goes for about 11. They're at the Alamo 24. Rush up the middle. We'll check it down to Jason Bartley. Great defensive coverage there from Alamo City, as that is a tackle from Mickey McGuire. That'll give us time to introduce the Alamo City defense. Stephen Fellows II, Theodore Rocker, Yogi Bar, Tina Begin, and Robert Thump are your linemen. J-Mart, Bogey Bar, and Rob Foraker are your linebackers. Jukin Rukin Jr., Jeff Spicoli, Ron Huff, Mickey McGuire are the corners. Safeties are Rain Rie, Willie Bands, Albert Begin, and the rookie Cody Lawrence. 2nd and 7, offset I formation. Sipe to throw with 5 on the rush. Goes up the middle. Has the man for Bill Henry down to the 10-yard line. 1st and goal, Mexico City.
This is an aggressive passing game we have not seen lately from Mexico City. They almost have as many passes on this drive than they did in the entirety of last week. Finding space over the middle to complete that pass. Currently, 7 attempts for Sipe on this drive, and 11 attempts total last week.
So far, Sipe 6 for 7 on the day. They're going to hand it off. It'll be Bentley up to the right side. He'll get a few more yards. It gets down to about the 6 for a 3-yard gain.
Like you said, 6 for 7. That's an 85.7 completion percentage, which is incredibly high for a quarterback. I know it's only the first drive, but if you're a Mexico City fan, you got to love what you're seeing in the first drive of the game.
Yeah, especially if this ends up being a trend and Sipe is able to hold on to that percentage for the entire game. They're going to hand it off, and it's to the fullback, Buford Van Dam, but he can only get back to the line of scrimmage before he is stuffed by Albert Begin. Now it'll be 3rd down and goal.
You know, we don't want to bring up the negatives too much, but a huge turnaround from last week when Sipe had a 45% completion percentage.
Side will go for the throw here. Right side, caught for an open man. Touchdown, Mexico City. Terrell Cooper making the catch.
Cooper's been all over the field today, getting passes over the middle, a couple first downs, and being wide open in the end zone. I think Sipe saw him go just turn around, and nobody was in front of him, so it was an easy catch for Cooper.
Yeah, he cut in front of that defender. And that was just a great step to get just inside the end zone, just to get that catch and get in for that score. That finishes the drive for 11 plays, 88 yards, as the extra point from Chaz Blackwater up and through. It makes it a 7-0 game with 6:11 to go here in the first quarter. If you are new to the Simulation Football League, welcome on aboard. The SFL is football for everyone. Get off the sideline and start your player today by joining our Discord server at simulationfl.net. Click the Join the Community button and begin your career, or just meet and greet with the stars of the SFL on and off the field. It's never too late to get involved. Kick return here is going to be brought up from the 3-yard line. Breaks away. That's Deuce Fennick. Gets away to the 40. Down to midfield. He's got room to run. This could go 97 yards to the end zone. Touchdown, Alamo City.
What an answer from Alamo City. Here we thought we were going to have the offense coming back out, but not a chance. Kick return touchdown to tie up this game. What a crazy start. Who thought we'd be seeing the Mexico City Aztecs offense coming back out on the field so quickly?
Yeah, look at this. Just gets away from Blackwater. There was the kicker. He had a couple of blocks. Look at all the space he had. They just could not get to him in time. And he was just able to sail right in for 97 yards.
Yeah, got some blocks, was able to break a tackle. Really good running to not get caught all the way to the end zone.
So this will bring out the extra point attempt for Matt Fennick to tie this game up after one special teams play. Ooh, it's a bit to the left side, but it is up and good. Makes it a 7-7 ball game And yeah, just as soon as we were talking about it being about 6 and change left, now just under 6 minutes to go. Now we're all tied up. Mexico City going to get the ball once again. They'll take it deep inside the end zone, and they will once again take a knee to bring it back out.
7 for 8 last drive, all the way down to the end zone for a touchdown. Great drive by Mexico City.
We'll see if they can do it again after being stunned by Deuce Fennick in the kick return touchdown. Aztecs going to start at their own 20. Nick Lockett going to go in motion from right to left. He is being pursued by Jukin Rukin Jr. Sipe in the split back set. They're going to hand it off up the middle, and that is Bentley once again getting about 6 on the run.
Like I said, last week Ray Bentley had 34 runs, so I'm sure he's going to get plenty of touches. He's probably not going to see the same 34 he had last week, but I'm sure he's going to make every touch count.
And so far, he's already doing about 3 1/3 so far tonight. Richardson, the tight end in motion to the left side. He'll join Henry from the offset eye. Sipe with the handoff, and it will be the fullback, Van Dam, getting just enough for the first down to the 31-yard line. 5 yards on the run for the fullback. First down, Aztecs.
You saw him cutting to the outside. He knew that he had a chance to stiff arm somebody to get the first down, but his best opportunity to reach the sticks was to go as far out as he could, and he went just far enough to get to the first down marker.
Just enough to move those sticks. Sipe with 5 on the rush. Gets around, throws the man, and gets Cooper. And they'll say he got just enough for the first down. He did have that catch. He did move forward a little bit, but just enough to keep that ball ahead of the chain.
I love to see the energy and efficiency and fire that this Mexico City offense is coming out with. Jordan Sipe already has more yards passing now in the first quarter than he did the entirety of last week. Sipe came out and said, I'm not going to let last week define me. I'm going to come out and I'm going to throw the football.
He's doing well so far, 8 for 9. Sipe going to throw again on 1st and 10. Gets away from defenders and manages to get into the hands of Henry, who stays on his feet and steps out of bounds at the 49. Great job extending that play to get a gain of 7.
That was one of those kind of like make something out of nothing plays. There are so many ways that could have gone wrong. Sipe could have got tackled. That could have got intercepted because he threw across his body to the other side of the field. But they were able to make a great gain on a play that could have been disastrous.
Yeah, great way to get a big play on that. Henry now already 4 receptions for over 60 yards. As this run for Bentley will get just to about the midfield stripe to bring up 3rd down and a pretty long 2.
3rd down is where these running backs love. They love to eat up these 2-3 yards.
Mexico City going to set up at the offset eye, tight end to the left. Actually, both Henry and Richardson are split out. Pitch over to the left side for Van Dam, but he goes nowhere. It's a 2-yard loss on the play. Bogey Barr making the tackle, and now Mexico City will force the punt.
Great job for Alamo City. They figured that Mexico City was going to be running on 3rd and 2, and great run defense not to let them get to the outside.
So this will bring out K.L. Barrett Jr. to punt the ball away. Pretty decent punt. And this will be fielded at about the 15. Plenty of room to run on the return for Deuce Fennick, but cannot shake the tackle. He'll be brought down to the 19-yard line. And now, after nearly 7 minutes of football, we will finally see Ace Fennick and the Alamo City offense out on the field tonight. That just kind of tells you where everything's been for Alamo City. They haven't had to do much on offense yet, but now they will have an opportunity with this drive.
Alamo City is certainly a pass-heavy team. Last week, Ace had 304 yards and 3 touchdowns through the air.
So far this season, he's got over 1,400 yards, puts him 11th in the league. They're going to hand it off, and it's a run up the middle for Brad Jones. We'll get about 3 or so on the play for second down. We're going to go over to a game break in Charleston with Cameron Irvine.
Thank you, Ethan. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns for Brian Murphy of the Charleston Predators, and Charleston has a 14-0 lead on Carolina in the second. Back to you.
Thanks, Cam. Another run there for Brad Jones. We'll get another 6. Now we're going to set up for third down and a pretty manageable one.
Yeah, good start for Brad Jones. Last week was a pretty light game for him. 15 attempts for 47 yards. Not a lot of use out of the running game for Alamo City last week.
We'll hand it off to Jones here to go to the right side, gets the first down, pushing his way down to almost the 35-yard line. We're going to extend that play and get another 3 or 4 yards on it. It'll be in the first down for the artillery.
You definitely can see the changing game plans for both teams this week. One was primarily a running team last week, passing the ball a lot. And Alamo City coming out and running the ball.
And they'll go for the run again. Jones cutting back inside and gets another 8 before he is brought down by John Fowler. Let's introduce this Alamo City artillery offense. Ace Fennick, the quarterback. Brad Jones, running back, alongside Thick and Juicy, the secondary running back. Rainstorm, the fullback you see there on your screen. That's the fullback. Kendra Wells, Kenny Hendricks, Ziggy Ronick, Yayo Montana, and Deuce Fennick are your wide receivers. Garrison Blue, Hank Earl Troll are the tight ends. On the line, tackles Jamarcus Candy and David Parker. Guards, William Davidson and Charles Michael. And the center, Jukin Rukin Sr. From the I, 2nd and 2, pitch out to Jones, trying to go outside, gets met at the line, and Jeffrey Daggs there to make the stop to make it 3rd down and 3.
Jones did a good job breaking the first tackle, but when 2 other people are tackling you, there's not a whole lot of places for you to go. Lucky for them, it's still 3rd and 3, and they just say, okay, let's do it again.
They really can right now. Jones currently averaging 5 a carry, but Ace going to throw on the quick pass. Caught to Deuce. The Card Sharks connecting again, getting about 7 on the play for a first down.
You know, I say watch for the run, and that's probably what they wanted Mexico City to be thinking. And they fooled me and Mexico City, for that matter, to throw for the first down.
And they're just shy of midfield from their own 48. From the offset I, Ace to throw with 5 on the rush. Gets away from the defender as it caught to Ronick. And they get inside enemy territory for a gain of 6.
I expect to be seeing Ziggy a lot. He was the leading receiver for Alamo City last week with 99 yards.
I would not believe that they will go to him any fewer than they have already. Jones right now just closing in on 1,000 yards rushing this season. They'll go to him again up the middle, makes one man miss, but the second man there to make the stop. That was Matthew Alvarado with the play. But it'll be another first down for Alamo City as we are closing in into the final seconds of the first quarter. 1 quarter in the books, 3 more to go. We'll flip the field and see if anybody does better. Mexico City and Alamo City locked up at 7. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music here on YouTube. Second quarter about to get underway here at NordVPN Stadium in San Antonio. Ethan Muslin and Marcus Dunhill here on the call for you tonight. It's 1st and 10 for Alamo City at the Mexico City 41. Hand off to Jones to start the second quarter, and he'll get another 4 yards on the play. Alvarado again there on the tackle.
Brad Jones is having quite a good day so far. They've already went to 6 times in this drive, trying to keep them off balance with a little bit of run, a little bit of throwing, not letting Mexico City really know what they're up to.
Yeah, currently right now about a little over 20 yards of rushing so far today. They've been going to him quite frequently. There's another one, and that ends up being a loss on the play as Dexter Jackson gets him behind the line for a 1-yard loss.
Now 3rd and 6, that's probably where you're going to have to start throwing the football again. But fortunately for this air offense, they have a lot of playmakers in the wide receiver course.
They're down in 6 with 5 wide. Ace to throw. Has a man to the right side. Caught there from Yayo Montana. And he goes out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. 1st and 10. Artillery. They're in the red zone.
Montana's always there for the artillery when they need to make a play. Last week, Montana had 88 yards, nearly as many yards as Roenick. Was the 2nd receiver in yards last week for the artillery. Also had a touchdown.
And brings it inside the 20 to the 17-yard line. Artillery threatening to take the lead on this next series of plays. Twins to the right for 1st and 10. Hand off, up the middle for Brad Jones. Pushes as defender, gets to the 10, hops over another, and into the end zone! Touchdown, Artillery!
Brad Jones is just loving the run, finding space in the middle, blasting through defenders, not letting anybody stop him. 20 yards all the way to the end zone. Even had to run over a guy that was on the ground. Great job by Alamo City and Brad Jones keeping those legs moving and making it all the way to the end zone.
What a great run there to cap off the drive. Ends up going 17 yards for the touchdown. Now the extra point is up and good for Matt Fennick. That'll make it 14-7. Alamo City with 8:35 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Remember, for all the league highlights, photo galleries, major and minor league stats, leaderboards, community content, and so much more, check out the league's website at simulationfl.net, presented by Football Shift. Stay up to date and explore our past, present, and future. Returned up here by Lockett. Will take it to the Mexico City 26-yard line. You see a little conversation there between Rie and Jones, talking about that little run, that little hurdle job he had to do. Now it'll be Jordan Sipe back on the field, see if he can get Mexico City back into the end zone again. We'll start with 3 wide receivers and a man in the backfield. An offset eye. Pitch over to the left side, and that'll be Ray Bentley once again, shaking defenders, but Albert Begin there to make the play, preventing any further progress. It'll be a gain of 2.
Bentley broke 2 tackles, shook through 2 tackles, and couldn't quite make it through the 3rd tackle. Still able to pick up 2 yards, though.
It'll be 2nd down and 8 with the offset eye. Pitch over, and this will be Van Dam with the run again. Gets a couple more yards to get it down for 3rd down and 4. They've been using a pretty balanced attack here on the ground between both Bentley and Van Dam.
Yeah, it opens up the playbook. Now that they're at 3rd and 4, they could hand it off to a running back. They could hand it off to a fullback. They could throw the ball. They have all kinds of options where they're sitting right now at 3rd and 4.
Sipe to throw, has it up the middle, and that will be completed. That is Navante Richardson, the tight end, getting the catch. 2nd one for him on the day, and that'll keep the drive alive for Mexico City.
Sipe is currently 10 for 11 right now. Just an incredibly efficient job passing the football.
Yeah, currently giving himself a 142.5 on the QBR rating. 140.9 now that the number has been added. And this will be a run up the middle for Bentley. Going to get another 4 yards, and that's going to put him to 20 so far on the day.
Yep, good balanced rushing attack. 4 yards is good here. If you got another 4 yards, it makes it 3rd and 2. So it's not a bad place to be picking up 3-4 yards in small chunks.
2nd and 6 from the offset eye. Pitch over to Van Dam, and he goes nowhere, unfortunately. Stopped there by Jay Mart. We're going to call it a line of scrimmage, no gain.
Yep, this is where things get interesting. You would likely expect Mexico City to break out the passing game and see if they can keep this streak of high efficiency through the air alive.
They need to get to midfield to move the chains here. 3rd down and 5. Sipe to throw. 4 on the rush. Gets away. Rolls to his left. Throws across and gets the catch. Down about the Alamo City 47. Terrell Cooper hauls it in, and it's another Aztec first down.
Cooper's really been like a lifeline for Sipe so far, but Sipe had an amazing job of sensing the pressure in the pocket. The pocket broke down a little bit. He moved, was not rattled, and was able to find Cooper over to the right side for a first down.
Resets the downs now in artillery territory from the 47. 3 wide for Sipe. They're going to rush it up to the right side, and Bentley gets away from one, but ends up getting caught by Rukin Jr. and only gets 1 yard on that play.
Unfortunately, the blocking did not hold up quite as long as Bentley would have hoped, but they have another opportunity here at 2nd and 9.
Clock slowly winding down now with about 5.5 to go here in the half. Cooper in motion, going to the right side. Split back, split receivers. Sipe to throw. 5 on the rush. Gets it away. As the man, it's Bill Henry, gets it thrown into double coverage as he's brought down inside the 30. Great gain on the play for about 16 yards.
Sipe always does a great job of passing the ball around to different receivers, trying to figure out who's open. A great spot over the middle of the field. 12 for 13, 92.3% completion percentage for Sipe so far.
Sipe has been very good so far in this half, and it makes you wonder, you know, with all of those other things that have happened in Mexico City, as they go on the draw for Bentley, only goes for 1 as Begin makes the tackle. Where they could have been if they knew they had Sipe doing so, you know, Sipe was able to do so well in those other games, you know, you start, the woulda, coulda, shoulda machine really starts to go into motion.
Yeah, but as long as you know you can get that out of your quarterback, the future's bright.
Absolutely. And they're looking to get back into the win column here tonight. Bartley in motion to the right side, being pursued by McGuire. 9 yards to go on this 2nd down. Sipe rolling to his right, has blocks, throws it. It's intercepted by Albert Begin. He gets over to the 20 and down to the Alamo City 22-yard line. Oh, that immaculate performance from Sipe, taken away in one grab by the strong safety Begin.
That was possibly, not the best throw from Sipe. There were 2 defenders in between his receiver and where he was trying to go. I think he got a little too, trying to think of the best word. He got a little too optimistic that he could make that throw, and it was a little bit further than he expected.
3rd interception of the season for Albert Begin, number 48 in his career. Going to give Alamo City the ball back. Brad Jones going to try to go for the run. And not much doing there as Jackson makes the stop.
This game has ticked by so quickly. So many runs, so many completed passes by Mexico City. We're already down to almost 4 minutes left in the half, and it feels like we just got started.
It really does. Like, things have just been going by so quickly. Now going about 4 minutes to go here in the first half. 3 wide receivers for Fennec. They're going to hand it off. Brad Jones gets shifted by Alvarado, but he gets around it. Gets around another defender and wrapped up by Ben Charms. And he's going to be marked just short of the line to gain. It'll be 3rd and about a postcard.
Broke through 3 tackles before he was finally taken down. Man, if he had gotten through that 4th tackle, I don't think there's anybody on the field that could have stopped him.
They're going into a heavy set here. Heavy I formation. Expecting a run up the middle. You kind of see they're playing a little tight on defense. Jones up the middle, gets that first down to the 35, gets the 3 yards, and a little bit more to move the chains for the artillery.
You know, the artillery has lower rushing numbers, but their rushing game complements the passing game so well that they're picking up their first downs. What gets lost in translation in the stats is that the running backs are making big plays even if it's for short yardage.
You see Jones here going in motion. He's going to be a receiver on the right side. Ace to throw. Has time to get it away. He'll have it as a man open. It's Roenick down to the 47-yard line. And a gain of 14 for a first down.
Good patience by Ace. Roenick getting wide open in the middle of the field. Yeah, great job by Alamo City. Patience is the key.
Absolutely. Just Ace was taking his time, waiting for the right time to throw it out, and had some great blocks on the line as well to keep things moving. Now closing into the 2-minute warning here. 1st and 10. Alamo City at their own 47. And Jones will get right to midfield. They'll credit him as crossing it and getting a 4-yard gain.
Alamo City is one of those teams where they play the clock. They know they're up by 7. They know they have a chance to score before half. So they're not making any crazy throws. They're keeping the ball on the ground. They are trying to control the game on the ground and keep the clock on their side.
And they'll do it again here with Jones. Another first down now to the Mexico City 41. Another gain of 5 to move the sticks, and it's a first down for the artillery. If you're liking the game so far, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. The SFL produces over 400 events a year, and there's nobody else that gives you more football. 2 minutes to go here in the first half, and it is Alamo City marching their way down the field, hoping to extend their lead by 2 scores. You're watching the SFL, represented by APM Music, here on YouTube. First and 10 of the heavy set. Jones up the middle will get about 1 as he is met by Dexter Jackson for little to no gain.
So far up to 75 yards in the first half, which is a really good start for Brad Jones. Considering when you take a look at last week, 47 yards total, almost double what he had last week just in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely. 2nd and 9. Jones again now going to run out to the left side. He'll get a couple more yards and get maybe about 2 or 3 before he is brought down by Jackson again. That'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
I would expect the artillery to use up some of this clock before they snap this ball, just because if they are forced to kick a field goal, they don't want to give too much time back to Mexico City.
Fennec to throw it right now, and it's deflected away and incomplete. Nice job from Liam Ryan to knock that one away. It'll be 4th down. You got to figure they're probably just a hair outside field goal range.
Yeah, just as I say that,
they're going to do it. All right. This will be a 54-yard attempt from the left hash for Matt Fennec. Going to try for the long kick. On its way. Hooking a little left. Oh, it's no good. It's short. Oh, I thought he had it. It looked like it was going to just cross the left upright.
I thought it was going to be good too. I thought, oh man, because I saw it coming back to the right, and I'm like, oh my God, he's going to do it. And it was just short.
Just on the short side. Probably would have been good for maybe 50. But, oh man, that long kick, that might come back to bite them. Mexico City going to get the ball now at their own 44. Sipe going to throw. Has a defender with Nick Lockett. And that'll be a catch made, and they'll call a timeout.
Mexico City has just under a minute to make something happen. Obviously, their goal is probably at minimum to get a field goal. Although I'm sure with how well their passing game had been going, they're probably going to be looking for the end zone.
So far for Jordan Sipe, only 1 incompletion and 1 interception. That's been the only blemishes in his passing game. As there's the second incompletion there, as that is Terrell Cooper, the intended target. But he was swarmed over on that play.
That ball also might have been a little low. As soon as he threw it, I'm like, oh man, I don't know about that one. Little bit of a dangerous pass.
Yeah, McGuire was just swarming over in coverage, so not much doing on that. 3rd down and 3. 4 in the box. On the nickel defense, Sipe to throw. On the deflection and incomplete. Cooper again the intended target, but J. Mark got his hands up, and that'll be 3 and out for Mexico City.
Great hold for Alamo City when they needed it. They are up 7, and they do not want to let Mexico City get points. So good job by Alamo City by holding strong and not letting them convert.
Bring out Barrett Jr. again to punt this ball away. Going for the kick right down the middle. It's actually going to go a little bit left. This is a booming kick, and it'll be fielded right in the end zone for the touchback. Great kick there from Barrett. Might have tried to go for the coffin kick. Maybe try to pin them down a little bit further, I would think.
Now we get to see what Alamo City decides to do with 46 seconds. Are they going to run the ball and go into half? You know, kind of avert the small disaster that almost happened where they missed that field goal and gave Mexico City an opportunity to score? Or do you think they'll be more aggressive?
They go for the draw to Jones up the middle. That'll be another 7 or 8 yards as he is brought down by Jeffrey Daggs. I think that's exactly what they're going to do. They're just going to let this go to the half because Alamo City does get the football to start the second half. Mexico City did have that opening touchdown, but you know, as we said before, they had the kickoff return touchdown, and then you know now they got the offensive touchdown to take the lead. I think Alamo City will be perfectly content taking this to the locker room. Another handoff for Jones, left side. He'll get the first, stays on his feet, gets to the 40, and that's where he'll be brought down after a nice gain of about 15 yards. And I think that's where they'll be content to go into the half.
You know, you can say they're playing it safe, but you never know when these running backs will break off a 60-yard touchdown run because they're all capable of doing that.
Absolutely. Ticking down the final seconds here of the first half. And we are heading to the halftime break with Alamo City up 14-7 in a bit of a tighter game than a lot of people were expecting. We saw the money line there at about 16.5 for Alamo City. But as we head into the halftime break, Mexico City inside that mark, and they are within a score right now.
You know, I'm still going to say that Mexico City's offense is doing great. Yes, they had that interception. Yes, they had some incompletions on the last drive, but prior to those incompletions, Sipe had like a 92% completion percentage. He was doing incredibly well, and there's no reason he can't come out in the second half and just do it again.
Yeah, and you got to give credit to Ace Fennick as well. He's in that same percentile right now. He's 9 for 10 for 90 yards. And you see here our player of the half, Brad Jones, 18 for 93. He's been the main workhorse for this artillery offense. But looking at that, that's a pretty even split in terms of yardage production on both run game and air game for Alamo City. That really leaves Mexico City at a bit of a disadvantage because they're not sure what to expect at this point.
Right. When you look at some of the past games from Alamo City, they usually about double whatever they did on the ground through the air.
Yeah, but you got to give credit to Jordan Sipe, too. 154 yards passing on 13 completions. He's doing well for himself as well. Deuce Svennick taking this from the 3 again, but he will be caught into coverage. Cannot shake the tackle. He will be brought down to the Alamo City 32-yard line. Let's head back to Charleston. We got another game break. Cam, what you got?
Thank you, Ethan. We got plenty of defense in this one, too. Carolina, though, at the end of the first half, finally gets it going. Matt South to Riley Quintero. The leading rusher in this game is Ike McBride with 21 yards on 12 carries. Charleston leads. Carolina's back in at 14-7. Same score as you. Back to you in Alamo City.
Thank you, Cam. That's a nice, good game to have. Good close battles here, both here in San Antonio and in Charleston. Ace Fennick to throw on first down. Has time to get it away. Has a man down the middle. It's Jiggy Ronick who goes over midfield. And we might have an injury. Yes, he is. He is down. And looks like he might not be getting up for a little bit. He is hurt. That's not what you want to see from your leading receiver.
Nope, you took the words right out of my mouth. When you have your leading receiver go down, that's going to make it tough, but I have a feeling Ace Fennec is just going to start passing the ball around a little more, seeing if any of these second and third receivers can find ways to get open.
Yeah, do not discount the other artillery receivers. Kendra Wells is over 150 yards passing. Yayo Montana is over 500 receiving this season, so I would expect him to get more targets as well. Handoff for Jones is going to get about 3 on the play. And they'll set up 2nd down and 7.
It's kind of interesting because I feel like today the artillery's offense, at least the passing game, has been more secondary to the running game, trying to pick up yards, first downs when they need it, but really focusing on pounding the running game.
And that's kind of what they should do here. Is Jones over 100 yards rushing so far today. Adds a couple more to the record. He's just going to set up 3rd down and 3. He's just a little slow to get up on that hop.
It's a little hard at 3rd and 3. You kind of get into decision-making territory, and you start wondering, well, with my leading receiver out, do we want to throw the ball, or do we want to try to run it?
You can also go to Jones. He's got 5 receptions so far today. They'll pitch it over to him on the right side. He gets men at the line, gets around another defender, and gets just enough to move the chains. And Jeffrey Daggs could not get him in time. It's another 1st down for Alamo City.
That was incredible blocking by the offensive line, as well as Brad Jones to make it out to the outside and pick up that 1st down. I thought for sure that line was going to collapse on him, but just enough blocking giving Brad Jones time to make it to the outside and allowed him to push forward and reach that ball over the line.
Now from the Mexico City 37, they'll push ahead for a few more yards, gets another 6 as Wolf Highwind makes that play for 2nd down and 4.
You know, I don't know how many games I've seen of Alamo City where they run the ball more than they pass the ball. So this is an interesting game plan to watch.
And they're usually they are more of a passing game. You know, prior to this game, as Jones gets away from the 30 down to about the 20 and brought down again by number 55, Wolf Highwind. 1st down for Alamo City at the red zone. As I was about to say, Alamo City prior to this game, 1,400 passing yards and just a shade under 1,000 rushing yards. They are more of a pass-reliant offense. But seeing them more on the ground now is quite interesting.
Well, when you have somebody like Brad Jones who's closing in on 5,000 yards, you know for a fact he can make it work, so why not hand him the ball?
Yeah, he's not that far away from it. Pitch to the left side. Going to get a block as he cuts in. He'll only get 1 on that one as he is brought down by both John Fowler and Dexter Jackson.
Great defense for Mexico City. Brad Jones is one of those running backs that is not easy to stop. So when you can stop him at only a single yard, that's a win for the defense.
It's been a very bend but don't break defense. They have let one go, but they haven't been able to do much from that. As another pass here to Yayo Montana is going to get inside the 10-yard line. That'll be 1st and goal to go for the artillery.
Artillery is mixing in just enough passes to throw Mexico City off balance. Not quite knowing when they're going to run, when they're going to pass, allows their receivers to sneak to the outside and grab those balls. And Montana, you know, being so close in yardage last week to Roenick, you knew that he would step up to the number 1 spot easily after Roenick got hurt.
Absolutely. Another handoff for Jones as he shakes one defender, but Wolf Highwind saw it and made the play. I don't think he even got back to the line of scrimmage. That's probably no gain on the play.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough stand. They got about 6 yards to defend here from the end zone.
Yeah, about 18 and a half feet to pay dirt for Alamo City. They'll hand off Jones. Oh, look at that contact behind the line and gets brought down at the 5. That was John Fowler making that first contact in the backfield. And then Gerard Brody making the play right at the 5-yard line.
There are 3 Mexico defenders ready to make that play. Great job by the defense seeing, you know what, they made it through the first tackle. We need to go get them. And there were 3 people ready to do it.
Fennec's going to be in a pistol set. Going to put Deuce in motion over to the right side. We might see the Card Sharks in play here. Standard 4-3 setup for Mexico City. Ace to throw, 4 on the rush. Throws it quick up the middle, and it does go to Deuce, but he is short of the goal line. So bring up 4th down, and you'll likely see a field goal attempt from Matt Fennec.
Red, really, really great by Mexico City. Not letting anybody in the end zone get open. They got a short pass and then immediately contact, not letting them get to the end zone.
19-yard kicker for Matt is up and through. That'll help him feel a little bit better, getting some points on the board after that long miss. That'll make it 17-7 in favor of Alamo City. This has been a good one so far. We're just about 5.5 minutes to go left here in the third quarter. Now available, free to download. You can play the SFL video game on the go on the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus, an emulator for 4K23 in the palm of your hand. Order your Retroid today at GoRetroid.com, search SFL, and download our mod at simulationfl.net/4K23 Retroid, the official console of the SFL. That kick taken right all the way back to the end zone for the touchback. So now Mexico City down by 2 scores. You're going to have to start getting into scoring position. This drive probably going to be the best way to do that if you want to get back to 1 score with 1 quarter to go. 1st and 10 for Sipe. Quick pass up the middle will be caught by Lockett. Will be good for an 8-yard gain.
I think Mexico City's got to rely on what works. They were doing really well with those 8 to 10 yard passes. It's okay to move slow. 8 to 10 yards is kind of slow for when you consider the passing game. But as long as you're moving down the field, that's all that matters.
Yeah, as long as you keep moving, get good positive progress, it's all going to work out for you in the end. Bartley in motion, going from left to right from this heavy I formation. They're going to pitch it out to Bentley, but he goes nowhere. It's a loss on the play. Excuse me, that's Van Dam, the fullback, making the stop of the play, and Albert Begin with the tackle for loss.
Not letting any space between that line. That line just immediately collapsed, and there is nowhere to go.
Yeah, there wasn't anything you could do there, unfortunately. 3rd down and 3. Handoff for Van Dam again. He'll get the 1st down and plows through 1 defender. Keeps going on his feet down to the 39-yard line. Great run after contact from the fullback. It's a 1st down for the Aztecs.
When you need those power plays, you hand the ball off to the fullback and let him just push people to the ground. Because when you have just a couple yards to go, you are not going to let that first contact stop you.
And that's a great use of the fullback. And you see here, he's back in the fullback position with Bentley in the backfield. 3 wide receivers for Jordan Sipe on 1st down. Nickel set for the artillery. And there will be motion. Terrell Cooper going from the right to left. He'll be pursued by Rukin Jr. Sipe to throw. 5 on the rush. They block it. And caught up by Bill Henry. No, excuse me. That's Nick Lockett with the catch. Getting into enemy territory for a 1st down.
I want to put a quick spotlight on Albert Begin, who got the tackle for loss on one of the previous plays. That was his 10th tackle for loss in his career.
Wow, that's a good milestone. Great to hit double digits there. And that catch from Lockett going to put them in enemy territory. 1st and 10. Run up the middle for Bentley. He'll get about 8. Thought he would have gotten 9, but just got short of that. So 2nd down and 2 after the 8-yard gain.
So far, a great drive by Mexico City. A couple throws, a couple runs, picking up really good yardage on the ground. It's okay to take the time off the clock, but they need to come up with points.
Yeah, and you got to give credit to Van Dam there on that block, giving Bentley all that room he needs. Ray Bentley, by the way, that 8-yard gain, longest for him so far today on the ground. 2nd and 2, 2 tight ends. They're going to pitch it out to Bentley. Caught in traffic and brought down by Stephen Fellows, the 2nd, for a loss of 2.
Love to say decision-making territory because you never know what a team's going to pull at 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5.
Yeah, this could go either way. But I would not be surprised to see a throw here. Sipe with twins to the left. He will go for the throw. Blitz coming. They have it covered. Up the middle. Oh, and it's caught in the middle of coverage by Bill Henry. You saw there, Rob Foraker. I thought maybe he would have gotten it, but Henry hauls it in.
I'll be completely honest, I couldn't even tell what was going on with that. You know, it clearly looked like that was about to be intercepted. Bounced off the hands of an artillery player straight into the hands of a Mexico City receiver.
No doubt about it. That is a nice hands catch brought to you by Retroid. Put a Retroid handheld in your hands and play the only video game with your player in it. SFL 4K 23. Rush here for Sipe. He'll get it away and lock it with the catch. We'll get a gain of 4. They're going to put it just inside the red zone.
Getting awfully close. Mexico City's creeping and creeping towards that end zone.
Any score here will make it a one-score game. Field goal makes it 7. Touchdown makes it 3. Sipe with 2 tight ends in the offset eye. They will pitch it. Van Dam going to the left side, pushing ahead, gets the first down! Down to the 12-yard line. Gain of 8 for the fullback.
You know what would be more fun for Mexico City than winning the first game of the season? Giving their division rivals the first loss of the season. You know that's on their mind here.
Oh, absolutely. You know that's got to be what they're thinking right now. They want to be that 1 in 6-1. 1st and 10 from the 11. Bartley in motion over to the right side. Rukin in pursuit. Just a minute and change to go here in the 3rd. Blitz coming. Throw. Catch made by Lockett, who will get another 4 yards on the play. And so far, he's over 40 yards receiving.
Alamo City is a really good team when it comes to tightening up at the goal line. So Mexico City is going to have some work ahead of them to figure out how to get that ball into the end zone.
Nick Lockett so far already over 200 yards. Excuse me. And the run here for Van Dam goes into the end zone for the touchdown. Says Puntos Aztecas.
He got a great block, which allowed him to get into the end zone. Took out one of the defenders that was in his way.
Yeah, great run there for the big fullback, getting the score. Going to make it a 3-point game, pending the extra point for Chaz Blackwater. As I was trying to put together into words, and for some reason couldn't, as the kick here is up and through. So far, Nick Lockett, 41 yards of receiving so far today. He is closing in on 200 yards for the season. Probably going to need about another 30 or so to hit that mark. As it is now 17-14 with 39 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Ball will be taken at about the 7. And this is Kenny Hendricks on the return. He'll bring that up to the Alamo City 33.
Definitely have an interesting game on our hands. It's a 3-point game, getting very, very close to the 4th quarter. It's a lot closer probably than a lot of people might have thought.
Yeah, we're only about a half minute away, so we'll probably have 1, maybe 2 plays before we get into the final frame. And it's been a good battle between both these squads. Jordan Sipe already over 200 yards passing on the day. Ace Vanek closing in on about 125. Ace to throw. Gets it up and incomplete. There is a flag down. And that might be pass interference here. Yeah, that one is called on Mexico City. That is pass interference call. That's not something you really want to have, especially here. Yeah, he's just getting all up into the coverage there.
At first, I thought that ball might have been thrown a little bit too far, but unfortunately, there was pass interference. But Fennec is still 12 for 13, 92% completion percentage. Incredibly efficient football game through the air, even though it's honestly been slightly overshadowed by their running on the ground today.
Yeah, absolutely. From the 47 of Mexico City, Ace to throw, has the open man, and it's Rainstorm, the fullback, getting his first piece of the action today. He gets the first down around the 35.
Such composure in the pocket for Fennec, rolling out to the left, waiting, looking, finding somebody getting open over the middle and throwing the football. It's always nice to see those receivers that are patient and able to wait for a play to develop and find somebody able to break open.
That brings it actually right out to the 30-yard line on that pass. Rainstorm with 19 yards on that reception. Ace to throw, rolling out a bit to the right. As the man open, it's Kendra Wells. She gets her first bit of action today. Gets about 13, 14 yards for the first to end the third quarter.
You know, Roenick got injured, and all of a sudden, he's thrown to 4 different people since that injury. Like I said, he's starting to find people open and passing the ball around to all the different playmakers on the team.
That'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. Time for 4s, 12s, 68s, and 86s in the chat. 1 quarter left to play, and Alamo City's up by 3. You're watching the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music, here on YouTube. Read the rights.
Presentation of the Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
Here we go, final quarter about to get underway here in San Antonio. Ethan Muslin, Marcus Dunhill here on the call tonight. Ethan Kai and Justin Reside doing the stats for us tonight. You guys have been doing a fantastic job. From the 14-yard line, Ace going to hand off to Brad Jones, up the middle, up to the 10, up to the 5, and they'll say he crossed the line to gain. It'll be first and goal at the 4-yard line.
That is certainly an Alamo City spot, but a great run by Brad Jones, not letting anybody get to him until he got to the first down marker.
There you see Jones already 140 yards rushing on the day, closing in on that 5,000 mark for his career. First and goal from the 4. Blitz coming here. Ace gets it out to Jones on the reception, and he'll get about 2 before he is pushed down into the turf.
Needs about 47 yards to reach 5,000. There's 9 minutes left, but I'm sure he's going to be trying to break one of those big 40-yard runs later in the game to try to get that 5,000 mark in this game.
If Alamo City is able to get back into a 2-score lead, would not be surprised if they go more towards Jones and give him that opportunity. Handoff for him up the middle, and he will score! Touchdown, Brad Jones! Touchdown, Alamo City!
Good dedication to the run, knowing that Brad Jones has the power to make it into the end zone. You could see in some of the previous runs that he's not going to let people stop him. He's going to find any path he can. He saw him maneuver around the offensive line straight through a hole into the end zone.
Yeah, he had that wide open space and just waltzed right into it, no problemo. That will cap off a 6-play, 48-yard drive, finishing off with that 2-yard touchdown. The extra point here from Matt Fennec will make it a 10-point game once again. The Artillery lead the Aztecs 24-14 with 9:05 to go here in the fourth quarter. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. Locking on the kickoff return. Almost broke it off for a little bit more, but he'll set up the Aztecs at their own 25.
Matt Fennec, the kicker for Alamo City, who just kicked that ball off, got a field goal earlier in the game. I never got around to it, but it was his 135th career field goal.
Unbelievable. You see there both Van Dam and Bentley in the backfield for this play. I got to give a shout out though, Buford Van Dam, that touchdown he had earlier tonight, career touchdown, number 1. Hopefully the first of many. And Bentley going to run up the middle here for a gain of 3. Mexico City taking their time here on this drive. And I can't say I blame them. You're only down 2 scores. You don't need to really press yourself that hard.
Yeah, but you do have to worry about the time, and you do need to worry about whether or not your defense can make a stop to get you guys the ball back, because they're down 10, so they need to score or get a field goal and then score again.
5 on the rush, and a one-handed grab from Lockett will get all the way up to midfield as he goes for a 24-yard pass. First down right at the midfield stripe.
He certainly wasn't going to let anybody tackle him. He decided after he caught the ball, he was just going to keep going, and he got another about 4.5 yards.
Unbelievable catch from Lockett there, the one-handed grab. We've been seeing a lot of those tonight, a lot of athleticism, a lot of nominees for that Retroid nice hands catch of the game. Sipe to hand it off. Up the middle will be Bentley. We'll get a few yards there for a gain of 4.
Yep. The running game is definitely working for them. They just have to be wary of the clock.
Set up 2nd and 6. They're going to have 2 tight ends, receiver to the left. And the offset eye looks to be a heavy run set. They'll hand it off to Van Dam, but he's caught right at the line by Jay Mart. No progress on that play. 3rd down and 4 coming up.
Van Dam is having a fantastic game. He's almost doubled his career yardage in a single game.
He's been getting a lot of attention, and you can kind of see why Mexico City picked him up, why he's been a pretty good choice at the fullback position. Lockett going in motion to the left side. He's pursued by Rukin. On the nickel set, they're going to rush the linebackers. Sipe with time will get it away. Almost intercepted. That would have been picked off by Mickey McGuire, but it ends up being a bit of an overthrow.
That's rough. Mexico City really needed that play. They needed to find a way to get points. They're a little bit too far out for field goals.
Yeah, it's way too far for a field goal try. So they are going to have to settle for the punt from Cale Barrett Jr. Going to try to go for the coffin kick on the right side. This one's going to go deep, and it will bounce into the end zone for the touchback.
It's time to play the field position game.
Yeah, a bit too strong of a kick there, I think. You wanted to try to pin Alamo City down a little bit further, maybe inside the 10. But a little bit of an extra boot on that one to put him back out to the 20.
Mexico City's defense is going to need to crunch down a little bit. Try not to let them get to that first down marker.
Yeah, a good stop here. A 3 and out, maybe give them 1 first down and another 3 and out will be just fine. Handoff for Jones up the middle, going to be met at the line, keeps pushing, gets about 3, maybe 4 yards, and he is stopped there by Ben Charbs to bring up 2nd and 6.
Brad Jones is such a hard running back to stop. First contact, sometimes even 2nd and 3rd contact won't even stop him.
Back to 2nd and 6, 2 tight ends set. They're going to hand off to Jones, met into a little bit of traffic. He'll move in for the first down. Just enough, about a 5-6 yard gain to move those sticks. Enough for Alamo City to keep the football.
Brad Jones is definitely keeping the pressure on, knowing that if they keep picking up these first downs, Mexico City's going to run out of time.
Yeah, Mexico City needs the possession just to get back into within a score. Handoff for Jones again. Men at the line again. Pushed down by Wolf Highwind. Only gets a yard out of it.
Great boom, not letting Brad Jones get any further than a single yard. Not too often you see Brad Jones go flying backwards.
Yeah, that's what they're looking to do. They need to make that stop here. Get the ball back. 2nd and 9, 3 wide receivers. And here comes the rush around to the outside, and Jones will push ahead and get about 9. Let's say he's just short of the first down marker with the tackle from Jeffrey Daggs. 3rd and short coming up now.
Yeah, Mexico City did a really good job just trying to grab onto Brad Jones and hold on for dear life and not let him get to the first down mark.
And you saw John Fowler, he got the jump to get into the backfield, but he just missed him. So that could have been a big play if they were able to make that work. 3rd down and 1. Heavy eye. Handoff for Jones up the middle. Will get the first down. Brought down by Charbs just as he crosses the line to gain. Oh, and we have an injured Aztec on the field. It's Matthew Alvarado.
That is tough. It's tough to see these running backs make these 3rd down conversions when you know you need to get off the field. And then losing a linebacker is not going to help.
Absolutely right there. It's not something you want to see. Hopefully, he'll be okay to come back into the field sooner rather than later. They do have 4 linebackers in that roster, so we might be able to do some switching here. Jones up the middle again. Will get another 7 yards on the play. I think he's inching ever closer to that 5,000-yard mark.
Yep, if he doesn't get it, he's going to be very, very close.
They've just crossed into enemy territory, now at the Aztec 49. Handoff for Jones, again up the middle. Pushed off one man, makes another man miss, and a 3rd tackler is needed. That's Jeffrey Daggs who needs to make the play. But it ends up being a first down for Alamo City.
Yeah, for a team that's really a pass-first team, Brad Jones is really taking over this game.
Yeah, he's got more rushing yards right now than Fennec does on passing yards. And this is not what you expect from a more pass-reliant offense. Ace to throw. Goes down to the middle and a flag down. This might be another penalty here. I think Fowler might have gotten caught for interference. And it is. It will be a penalty on John Fowler. So first down on the pass interference call.
You see a lot of teams in the SFL, especially in a situation where you need to play, just making a little bit of too early contact. Trying to time it perfectly and just a little too early.
Yeah, just a little bit on the early side, and unfortunately that gets to draw on the hankies, as we like to say, and that ends up giving you more yardage for your opponents. 1st and 10. I formation from the Aztec 38. Fennec gonna roll to his left. Open man up the middle. That is Yayo Montana getting the first down as he puts it down towards the 23-yard line.
Ace is now 16 for 17, nearly perfect game. Even with Roenick being out, he's still finding people open down the field.
Yeah, great job from Fennec. He's only had 1 incompletion so far today. Just an amazing performance right now. 173 as we have it on our board, with a 128.7 QBR rating. Tight end Garrison Blue is going to go in motion over to the left side. We haven't heard hair nor hide of both tight ends so far tonight, but they've been doing a lot of work on the ground. Ace to throw with 5 on the rush, gets away, has the man down the middle, and it will be caught by Kendra Wells. She gets down to the 10. 1st and goal to go for Alamo City. They are closing in on putting the dagger in this game.
I don't think a team could play more efficient football. Great running, receivers getting open all over the middle of the field, and just, no incompletions to be found.
Yeah, there's only been 1 blemish in the air for Ace so far tonight. He is 17 for 18, 188 yards of through the air. Might be looking for a little bit more here. 1st and goal. They're about 29 feet away. Tight ends are going to shift, and Blue is going to go in motion to the right side. He'll go into the slot. 3 on the play clock. They're going to let this thing milk down. Jones on the left side run. We'll get to about the 6. Brought down by Daggs yet again. Bring up 2nd down and goal.
Honestly, it almost works in Alamo City's favor to be tackled short of the end zone, they can just keep ticking at that clock second by second, slowly and slowly getting closer and closer to 0.
Yeah, as we're closing in on the 2-minute warning. Right now, a 10-point lead. If they get in the end zone, it's going to be a 3-score game and almost put it out of hand for Mexico City. Blue again going in motion to the right. They did this play last time. Hand off for Jones. He'll push up the middle and he'll score! Touchdown, Alamo City! Brad Jones has to put the dagger in for Mexico City.
Second touchdown on the ground for Brad Jones. He almost seems unstoppable in this game. You know, there was about 4 people on the Mexico City defense all there at the goal line, but all of them were just a second too late.
Incredible drive from Mexico City. The third one of the game that's gone more than 10 plays. 12 plays on this one, 71 yards with the 5-yard touchdown run. As the kick from Matt Fennick up and good. That'll make it 31-14. Alamo City with 2:19 to go in the fourth. Aztecs, unfortunately, you kind of see the look there on the from Sipe and Bentley. They kind of know the writing's on the wall here.
You know, as well as Mexico City was doing today, it's so hard to win a game like this when you have a quarterback on the other side playing an almost inhuman game of 17 completions on 18 attempts. It's almost unheard of.
Absolutely. Lockett going to go for the return up the middle, and he'll get it up to the 30-yard line. Let's head back to Charleston with a game break. Cam, what you got?
Thank you, Ethan. It looks like for the first time since season 18, the Corbin Cup is Charleston's. Watch this play. Corey Menner with the deflection, and J.W. Hartshorn with the concentration. 27-10. That Atlantic now, Carolina and Baltimore 4-3, Charleston and D.C. 3-4. That game in its final stages. Back to you in San Antonio.
Thank you, Cam. That's going to be an exciting division to watch. But, you know, all those teams have every possibility of winning the division. Catch here for Jason Bartley completed up to the 42-yard line. You see their Sipe already over 200 yards passing on the day. Another throw here is low, intended for Lockett, and it's incomplete. They'll get one more play before the 2-minute warning.
So incredibly lucky that ball didn't bounce up.
Yeah, that's very true. That's, you know, they didn't get bounced up into the air and possibly into the hands of an artillery defender. So a little luck there. And they'll have one more play here before we go to the warning. 2nd and 10, Sipe with 2-2. And he'll throw out the left side. Will be completed over to Cooper, who will get it inside enemy territory down to the 45. That'll be a first down for the Aztecs as they go to the other side of the 2-minute warning. Nice catch there in the middle of double coverage on that play.
You know, I'm going to die on this hill and say that Sipe is having a fantastic game. 21 of 26. He does have an interception, but he's playing lights out.
2 minutes to go here in San Antonio. Artillery looking to go to 7-0. Aztecs down by 3 scores with less than 2 minutes to go here in the ball game. They're hoping to get some desperation and get things moving. Here's the short pass to the outside. Is incomplete, intended for Lockett, but McGuire there to break up the play.
That's a tough play because you know you're going to get hit as soon as you catch that football, if you're able to catch it.
Stops the clock with 1:55 to go here. Hi, Dad. Always love to do that anytime I see a 1:55. A nice way to give him a little bit of love. Lockett in motion over to the right side for 2nd down. Sipe on the quick step. Throws that direction and incomplete. Cooper was the intended target there. I thought there might have been some interference there, but maybe it was just overthrown.
It looks like the ball was a little too high. Cooper did put his hand up to try to get it with one hand, but those one-hand catches are pretty difficult, especially when that ball is up too high. You can get your fingers on the bottom of it, but you can't get a good grip on that ball.
That's very true. They're down in 10 now. The old 2-2 for Sipe. They'll step back with 5 on the rush. As a man gets Cooper down to the 37. And that's where Mexico City will take their first timeout. But it's going to be 4th down. But a 4th and makeable if they can get something working here.
Mexico City is still going to want.
Oh, they're going to punt. Okay, so they're going to bring out Barrett. No, it's going to be a fake. Barrett looking to throw, but he can't get it done. Oh, I thought they were going to go for the field position, but no, it was a fake attempt by Barrett. It ends up being a sack on the play. And unfortunately, Rocker there to make the play. That's his first sack of the game.
You know, when you're down 17 points, you don't have a lot to lose.
And I should correct myself. Not only first sack of the game for Rocker, first sack of his career, Theodore Rocker gets on the fake punt. But you know what? That was the play call, and I kind of give them credit for trying to do it. Jones going to try to push for another 3 yards. Mexico City takes another timeout. They'll have 1 left, and then the clock is going to run after the next play.
It's certainly worth a try for Mexico City, because if it does work out, everybody would have loved it. You know, it didn't work out, and they were already down 17 points. Like I said earlier, they didn't have much to lose, so you break out the bag of tricks and see if you can do something interesting.
At the very least, give it a shot and see what happens. Pitch out to Jones to the right side. Excuse me, the left side. He'll get about another yard. And that's where Mexico City will take their final timeout. Brad Jones so far doing pretty well for himself. 168 yards of rushing. He's so close to that 5,000 mark. If he doesn't get it here on this next play, he'll probably get it next in next week's matchup. Offset I formation, receiver to the right. Just got to get the first down, and this will be game over. Jones shakes 1 tackle, but cannot get around. It will be 4th down. Great stop on that play from Gerard Brody. So Mexico City will get the ball back, unfortunately, with about a minute and change left.
Yep. Close game. 3 points at half. Alamo City runs away with it a little bit in the second half. Mexico City's offense was running really efficiently. Just could not stop Brad Jones. Could not stop Ace Fennick.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit of an unfortunate circumstances. Danny Dimes going to get punted here, fair caught at the 15 by Jeffrey Daggs. I think you're right about that. You know, it's just kind of an unfortunate circumstance. He ended up with a couple incompletions, a couple of bad runs. You know, because you got Buford Van Dam his first ever touchdown, which was awesome. But they just couldn't get anything going the rest of the way, and they just could not keep up with Alamo City's offense. And and as you're saying, Ace Fennick played lights out today, and I would definitely give him the nod for player of the game. Sipe on the quick throw. Overthrows his target, and it's incomplete.
I was wondering if there was a little early contact on that play, but it was too far overthrown. Might not have been a catchable ball.
Yeah, unfortunately not on that one. End your 9 hours of commercial-free football with us Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern with a pair of SFL matchups on SFL YouTube. Middle of the pack, Portland and Houston will square off in a battle between 2 playoff hopefuls, while Tulsa and Sioux Falls will need to win to regain some positive momentum. And that'll all start tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern, here on SFL YouTube. Sipe with an open man to the left side, and running out of bounds is Ivy making the catch. And just enough to move the sticks for the first down, stopping the clock with 44 to go.
Heads up play to get across the first down marker and stop the clock. Let them continue to move the ball down the field, see what they can do with the last 44 seconds of the game.
Yeah, last 44 left here in the ball game. Hopefully the Aztecs will be able to bring it into within a couple of scores. At least end this game on a high note. 3 wide receivers. Sipe on the quick step. Will throw. Oh, wow. Making the catch is Nick Lockett. Couldn't get out of bounds, so they will go into a hurry up. See if they spike the ball or go for the play. They will spike it, so 3rd down and 4 coming up with 32 seconds left.
I think if you're a Mexico City fan, you got to like what you've seen out of the offense. Yes, they had an interception. Yes, there are some drives they probably could have picked up some points and didn't. But you got to love when your offense is turning in the right direction. They're running the ball well. They're passing the ball well. They could always do a little bit better, but they're definitely making improvements.
They are for sure making improvements. They had a tough couple of goes in their last few games. As we said, they lost by 34 to Vancouver. Sipe going to roll to his right, go across the field, gets the catch to Lockett. Will be enough for the first down. They'll probably spike this ball here. They lost to Vancouver in week 4 by 34. They lost to Fort Worth in week 1 by 24. Lost to Fort Worth last week by 17. Those have been the big ones that they've been really having trouble with. But my main concern is the close losses that Mexico City's had. They lost by 4 to Tulsa, by 3 to Portland, and by 3 to Indianapolis. Those 3 teams have a combined record of 5-12. That's where I have concerns, and hopefully things will be better for Mexico City in the future as that pass intended for Lockett goes incomplete. Going to bring up 3rd down and 10.
And if they had picked up those 3 close games, instead of being 0-7, you'd be looking at 3-4 right now.
You'd be 3-4. Still, probably still 3rd, 4th place in the division because again, South Division is stacked. Fort Worth and Alamo City undefeated. Alamo City now about to go to 7-0. Fort Worth, we'll find out tomorrow if they go to 7-0. Sipe rolls out right, and another Lockett pass is incomplete. And bring up 4th down. But Houston's at 500 right now, and we'll see how they do tomorrow. But they would still be around the middle of the bottom of the pack, but they would also be in contention for those wild card spots, for those other playoff spots that are available if you can't win your division.
You lose those close games, and man, you're like, just on paper, we could be completely somewhere else. Just on even though the play is what it is.
Spicoli there on the breakup on that play, as that was in pass intended for Bartley. Nice job breaking the hands loose, and that'll be a turnover on downs for Alamo City, and they will head into a victory formation. One knee will do it. So Alamo City going to 7-0. And Mexico City, unfortunately, falling to 0-7. Not much they could do with that, unfortunately. Next week, Alamo City will take on Portland, who are currently 3-3. We'll see if they're above 500 tomorrow. And then Sioux Falls will be going to Mexico City to take on the Aztecs. Final score here in San Antonio: Alamo City defeat the Aztecs 31-14. It started out close, and then in that second half, you see there 17 points for Alamo City compared to 7 for the Aztecs.
Mexico City is definitely going to be winning some games this season. The artillery is just a powerhouse, man. They're 7-0 for a reason. They are an incredibly tough team. And, Mexico City kept it close pretty much the entire game until the end.
Absolutely right there. Just an incredible performance and a very balanced attack from Alamo City. Great job from both Ace Fennick and from Brad Jones. Ace Fennick, just for that immaculate performance, only having 1 incompletion, he's my player of the game today.
Absolutely. And Brad Jones made it over 5,000 yards. He needed 189 coming into this game and was able to get 193. So congratulations to Brad Jones for making it to 5,000 in his career.
Yeah, he made it, so hits the 5,000 mark, and it's going to keep going more than likely in the future. So congratulations to Brad Jones on hitting that mark.
Yeah,
that'll
that
do
game
it for us. Woo! Yeah, this game, just great job from both ends from Alamo City. Mexico City's got something going. They just got to be able to get things moving.
Absolutely. No doubt Mexico City is going to be coming back soon with a vengeance.
Absolutely. Once again, final score from San Antonio: Alamo City 31, Mexico City 14. Artillery move to 7-0. For my partner, Mr. Marcus Dunhill, our statisticians Ethan Kai, Justin Reside, and producer Commissioner Cameron Irvine, my name is Ethan Muslin. That'll do it for us tonight for Saturday night SFL action. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow. We got more fun coming up then. We'll see you then.